Hello, brothers and sisters from Bethesda. This is your Pastor Jonathan. I wanted to give you a quick update. I am in Kalemyo, Myanmar right now, which is on the border of India. I've got the morning off as I travel tomorrow to Cambodia. And just really excited about what God's doing here. I'm also excited to see you next week. I want to thank you, Pastor Joey, for filling in for me today. And just God bless you, and God bless the word there today as you preach it. I wanted to give you a quick, and I'm sorry, I know it's a little noisy. I wanted to give you a quick word that God has given me out of John 4. I really believe it's for you this morning. Bear with me. You know I have to get a couple, at least a minute worth of preaching in for you. But out of John 4, verses 35, Jesus says this: "Do you not say, there are yet 4 months, then comes the harvest? Look, I tell you, lift up your eyes and see that the fields are white for the harvest." You know, Jesus and the disciples in John 4 were in Samaria. It's what we talked about last week about knowing God, where he was talking with the Samaritan woman at the well. But he was in Samaria, and he said he had to go through Samaria. Now, Samaria was right between Jerusalem and Galilee, and a lot of the religious leaders avoided going through it because they didn't want to get themselves dirty. Yet Jesus said he must go through Samaria. And as we think about that, I want you to think about this morning why it is that we may not be reaping a harvest. You know, I really believe that God wants us to reap a harvest at Bethesda. And I believe that it may be because we're not willing, and because sometimes it's very difficult to go through Samaria. And I'm just going to challenge you this morning, as you listen to Pastor Joey, you think about me here in Myanmar, that God, I would just challenge you, and I pray that God reveals the areas in your life that He's asking you to go to. We all have Samarias in our life. You don't have to come over to Myanmar. You don't have to preach behind a pulpit. But He is calling you to go to the Samarias in your life. They're difficult places, they're uncomfortable, and sometimes they're really dirty. But I'm just praying this morning that God challenges you, as He's continuing to challenge me, to go gather and to go out into the field, because the harvest is great, brothers and sisters. And He's calling us to it. I love you. I can't wait to see you. Thank you so much for sending me here. This is awesome. I love you, and look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.